All right, here we go. You got it? Bring down your positive 1 to get started. Multiply them, I got -1. All right, Griffin, is she helping you? Add them up, I got -3. Multiply them again, I got +3. All right, remember, your last column should cancel out. All right, so since the last column canceled out, that means my first answer is -1. Jared, to find your remaining answers, we're going to take these three numbers again right here, and we're going to factor them out. And that will give us our second and third answer. All right, so try to factor that out. See if you factor it, and then you'll be done with that one. All right, so y'all should have x minus 6 and x plus 3. All right, that's +6, that's -3. Those are your three answers. Sure, let's do this. Go over the sign thing. All right, well, first of all, we look right here. Our second sign's a minus, so I know my signs have to be different. That's on the board. So how do you know which one gets the positive, which one gets the negative? I can show you a couple different ways, actually. The sign right here in the middle, if you want to put it on the bigger number every time, that always works. Good enough? Okay. Think about this, too. When you add them up, it's got to equal -3. If you had the plus right here and the minus here, that would be +3. And it wouldn't work, and that lets you know to flip it. All right, so that's number 7. All right, we're hoping you guys can do number 8 by yourself, and I'll hit 9. 9's a little bit different. All right? Griffin, do you see anything different on number 9? I see right here it starts with an x4. Okay, that means this time, Griffin, we're going to have 4 answers instead of 3 answers. Katie, did you follow me on that? So we're going to start it the same way we started the other ones. Put -5 right here, 1, 9, 21, -1, -30. Write them down. All right, and do your first step on your synthetic division. I will show you how to do the second step. All right, so how do we always start synthetic division? You just take the first number, bring it down below the line. -5 times 1 is -5. Add them up, I got 4. -5 times 4 is -20. Add them up, I got 1. All right, so hopefully everybody got to that point. Katie, it looked like you made it that far. All right, now we got a problem. So I know Katie was out yesterday, Griffin was out, and Jared was out. Here's our problem, Jared. On the last problem we did, we had 3 numbers right here so we could factor. Griffin, we got 4 numbers right here. Katie, we got 4 numbers. You cannot have 4 numbers. So what we have to do is synthetic division one more time. That will get it down to 3 numbers, and then we'll be able to factor. All right, so Katie, the question you should have, Jared, the question you should have, what number do I put in the box? Y'all remember? Always start with what? 1. What if +1 doesn't work? Then try -1. What if -1 doesn't work? Then you go up to 2, and then -2, and you just keep going until you find 1. So, for you guys who have already done this one, does +1 work? It does not. All right, some are saying yes, some are saying no, so I'm going to do it for you. Just watch me. So, Katie, to figure out whether or not it works, 1 times 6 is 6. It does work. So, Katie, if the last column right here doesn't cancel, then you know it doesn't work, and then you would go back and try -1. But I got +1 working. All right, so Griffin, that means this is my first answer, this is my second answer. To find your third answer, you take these 3 numbers and factor them out, just like we did a minute ago. So I got x squared plus 5x plus 6. I need you guys to factor that out. That will give you your third and fourth answer. All right, so I got x plus 3, x plus 2, that's -3, that's -2. Those are my 4 answers on that problem. Jared, any questions? Got it? We worked on this all day yesterday. I don't think I put this video up on Google Classroom yet from yesterday. I'll get that done. All right, ready for the next one, number 10. All right, so again, they have already fixed it for you here. There's not an X, so you know that I can go ahead and just plug in 1/2 in the box. All right. Katie, before I bring these numbers down, I got to do something special to them since I got a fraction in the box. You remember? Let me show you. What are they dividing by in the box? What number's on the bottom? So before I bring these numbers down, I have to divide them all by 2, Griffin. 2 divided by 2 is 1. -3 divided by 2, we're just going to leave it -3 over 2. -11 over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now, try your synthetic division like that with those numbers. All right, we always start by bringing down the 1. 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. Zoe, what did you get when you added these two up right here? Very good. So then I got -1/2. Anybody, what did y'all get when y'all added those two up right there? -6. And then I get -3. So I know I've done it right so far because the last column canceled out. So now, Katie, like I was showing you a minute ago, if you started with an x to the third, you did synthetic division one time, it goes down by 1. This is now x squared minus 1x minus 6. And I need you to factor that out and finish it up. All right, so you always start by bringing that first number down, right? So I times it, I got -2. This is where some of y'all had trouble. Add these two up, what do you get? 0. -2 times 0 is 0. Add them up, I get -9. And then I get +18. So I know I've done everything right because I got that last column to cancel out. All right, so remember, you can always do quadratic formula from here. That's your A, that's your B, and that's your C. You can always do that if you want to. But if you want to try to factor this one out, that's 1x squared, skip your x, minus 9 equals 0. And we can factor this out. All right? Remember, that if you have a perfect square right here, Ashlyn, this is called a difference of squares. What's the square root of 9? 3. So it's x plus 3, x minus 3. That's really an easy one to factor when it's like that. So this answer, move it over, that'd be -3. This answer, move it over, is +3. So you had to have 3 answers. There's one, there's one, and there's one.
Why is that -2?
Say it again.
Why is that -2?
Good question. All right. So Pat, on 11, 12, and 13, they wrote the number in the box a different way. When it's got an x with it, you got to move over +2 and make it a -2. You're moving it across the equal sign. You're going to do the same thing on 12 and 13. Ada, which one?
12.
I got to show 12. I had to show it for first block. I know I got to show it for y'all.
Well, I did the quadratic formula.
That's okay. I'll come look at yours. All right, 12. Let's do the first step, then I'll stop and let you finish it while I go check Ada's paper. All right, Samari, how do we start off finding what goes in the box? You remember? What do I do? Good. Set it equal to 0. Now what happens with -1 when I move it over? That's a +1, then you divide by 2. So everybody should have 1/2 in the box. 1 over 2. Now before I bring my numbers down on this one, all right? Griffin, before I bring all these numbers down, since I got a fraction in the box, you look at what number's on the bottom. And you have to divide all these numbers by 2 before you bring them down. So I'm going to bring down a 1 there. -1 over 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. -4 divided by 2 is -2. All right, I'm going to stop and see if y'all can finish it from there. Everybody's messing up on 12. All right, let's go through this first step. Griffin, you always bring the first number down, remember? 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. Add them up, I got 0. Stop me if I lose you. 1/2 times 0 is 0. Add them up, I got 4. 1/2 or half of 4 is 2. I know I've done it right because everything canceled out. All right, so let's see what we've got. Now, if you want to do quadratic formula, there's your A, there's your B, there's your C. Some of you guys tried to factor this one out. So it's x squared plus 4 equals 0. You cannot factor that. Why not? Look at the last problem. We had x squared minus 9. Remember, if this is a perfect square, guys, it's got to be a difference of squares. It's got to be a minus or you can't factor it. Do we have a minus in the middle on this one? Nope. So you cannot factor that out. There's no way to factor. Okay, I promise you. I can show you, but just trust me. So the only way we can do this one is by quadratic formula. What am I going to plug in for B? There and there. 0. 0 is my B. All right, you guys go. Plug it in. All right, so Caroline got negative 16. Some of y'all got error. Why did you get an error? Because you're not supposed to type in the square root symbol. You're only supposed to type in the numbers. Remember? So it's 0 plus or minus square root of negative 16 over 2. All right, now here's the tricky part. What's the square root of just positive 16? 4. But if you got a negative with it, you got to bring the I out. So this is going to be 4I. Not 4, but 4I. Now we can still finish it out. I can still do both answers. All right, first answer. You can't do it in your calculator because you can't type an I in. 0 plus 4I. Guys, that's 4I over 2. Just divide it. First answer is 2I. Second answer. 0 minus 4I is negative 4I over 2, so that's negative 2I. So I had to find 3 answers. 1, 2, 3.
How'd you get negative 2 when you do that in there?
Yeah. 0 plus 4 is positive 4, so that one's just 4 divided by 2. I got 2I for that one. 0 subtract 4 is negative 4 on top divided by 2. All right, I'm going to let you guys do 13 on your own in a few minutes. I think y'all should be able to do 13. Let's go down to the bottom and do 14 and 15. All right, read your instructions above number 14 for me. What's it say? Solve by using the quadratic formula. So all you have to do on this problem is quadratic formula. All right, Laney, look up at 14. Looking at your A, your B, and your C. What are you going to plug in for A, Laney?
1.
Good. What are you going to plug in for B?
7.
And what are you going to plug in for C if you don't have one behind it?
0.
0. Good. Y'all plug it in and see if you can do it. All right, so y'all should have negative 7 plus or minus 49 minus 4 times 1 times 0 over 2. All right, Griffin, you now take your calculator, Griffin. I need you to type in all these numbers right here. Do not type in the square root symbol, and let's see what you get. Type them in. Put them in your calculator. Only type in the numbers up under the square root symbol. So, the ones I circled. 49.
Did you put it in 13 and 4?
Got 49. Now what's the square root of 49 change into? 7. All right, so y'all should have negative 7 plus or minus 7 over 2. Everybody good on how we got that? Now you got to find the first answer. Negative 7 plus 7. We got a plus and a minus. We're going to do the plus first. You can just type it in your calculator. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0 over 2, which is 0. All right, now plug the minus in your calculator. You'll have negative 7 minus 7 on top over 2. That's negative 14 over 2, which is negative 7. So look, that's not that much work. 2 steps. Now 15 is a little bit harder, isn't it? All right, let's do 15. All right, so we got our A, our B, and our C. Y'all set it up, Put it in your calculator. Let's see how far you get. You already got yours? On 15? Everybody needs help on 15, it looks like.
Check now.
Okay, it's either positive one or negative one, I know that, because I did it this morning. So, go back to positive one and do it, but it might have just messed up on the side. Harmony? Yeah, let me go ahead and show it. Everybody's got questions on 15. All right, let's go ahead and do 15. We got to take a bathroom break too. All right, so we got -6 plus or minus 36 minus 4 times 3 times 4 over 6. All right, James, what did you get when you typed in all this right here? I think it was like -12. Homie, is that right? When y'all type that in your calculator, everybody's going to get -12. All right, now if you try typing that in your calculator, it's going to say error. You can't have that. Hunter, what can't you have in this problem right here? You can't have the negative. How do we fix that? Take it out, make your I right here. So it'll be I root 12. All right, now here's the new step. This is what I showed everybody yesterday. Square root of 12. Pat, we got to put it in your calculator, but you can't type square root of 12. It's going to give you a decimal. If it gives you a decimal, that lets you know you got to use your program button. So I'm going to show Jared, he wasn't here yesterday. You ready? Jared, hit program right here in the middle. Now hit enter twice. When it asks for x equals, it's asking for your number. Type in 12 and hit equals. What does it give you? 2 root 3, so that's going to be 2I root 3 because you're going to erase the 12. 2I root 3 is what you put in that spot. We went over that yesterday. Last step. There is one more step. James, you remember this last step we did yesterday? Look, guys. Divide by 2, divide by 2, and divide by 2. Remember, you don't ever divide the number up under the square root by 2. So the final answer is -3 plus or minus I root 3. Divide by 2 is root 3. All right, you guys quickly take a bathroom break. We're dragging a little bit today. We got to pick it up. Take a bathroom break. I bet you're right down the road. No? All right, you done something. Let's see if I can find something simple. Something simple. Actually, there's nothing wrong there. Try 1, so bring 2 down. 1 times 2.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Lose your paper, it's cheap.
Hey, will you look at my calculator in a minute?
Okay, you're right. You tried 1, it didn't work. You're right, you tried it. Negative doesn't work. That's where you mess up. 1 doesn't work, negative 1 does work. All right, let's quickly use the bathroom. Finish this up.